Whoop, clicked the wrong button. Hey guys, what is going on? You got Anthony here today. I'm actually using the volcanic deck for my last time. This will be the last time I'm using the volcanic because I don't want them to get worn out. Because I do actually like to play this type of deck. But let me start by phrasing. There is no bad decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Karibo decks, E-Hero decks, Worm decks, Burn decks, let me see, Exodia decks, none of these zombie decks or anything like, none of those are bad decks in the slightest. Well, maybe Burn is pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. I can't stand playing Burn. But, you know, no deck in this format or in the last, even Fluffles or whatever they're called, they're not even a bad deck. If you know how to use that deck properly, if you know how to, any deck in this game should be considered tier 1, because, and I'll explain why. Because a lot of people are closed-minded and they're just like, oh, I want to win every game, I'm gonna play BA or Shaddolls or Pendulums. It's not how it's gonna work for everybody. A lot of people quit the game because Konami likes to keep it at a 2 to 3 deck format, whereas other games like Magic, Vanguard, or any of those other types of games that you can play, they don't limit their deck choices. There's about a ton of different decks you can use that can be very fierce. Very fierce. It's not limited to 2 and 3 decks a format like Konami does every format so they can make more money. But see, the thing is what I don't think that Konami understands is by doing this every format, you really are weakening your fan system. You really are. You're really not giving to the community the way that the community has given to you guys for the last 20 years or so, 10 or 15 years or so. Which I think is horrible. That's actually why I stopped buying cards and I play online from now on. Really, I don't really bother buying any more cards. That's why all I have right now is Heroes, Stellanites, and I think Shaddolls. Some Shaddolls. I don't even have the best Shaddolls. I just have kind of a flimsy Shaddol deck. I just mainly resort to trading with some of my friends and sometimes occasionally buying cards off my friends. I don't buy packs anymore. I really don't do any of that. But once my channel gets a little bit bigger, I will be doing box giveaways and stuff like that. Just to give back to the subscribers or my fans or whatever people that watch this video, showing that I love you guys. And and see right there, I thought right there I knew I kind of won, because as soon as I stopped his Dolka play from going off, or Dolka or Logia play from going off, because he was gonna go for one of them. With these two, he was going to go for one of them so he can negate this guy's effect, which is I stopped that with Vanities, and he was forced to attack me. I told him GG, he's like, what are you talking about? And I said, once you attack, counter gets his effect, and you take all the damage I take. And he's like, no, it's not how the card works. And then when he attacked, he took all the damage, and he was pretty mad about it. But it's cool. Anybody would have been mad with that, because, I mean, look at that field, look at my field, he had me beat, but, that counter card's a really good card. But anyway, as I was saying though, that's why a lot of people don't even play this card game anymore, and a lot of people are thinking about quitting it entirely and going to games like Pokemon, or games like Vanguard, or games like Magic the Gathering, or stuff like that. Because this game in the top, in my opinion, I think Magic the Gathering is better. I think Vanguard is better. I think Pokemon is probably better too, because they don't limit their players to 2 to 3 decks of format like Konami does. Because all Konami does for one entire format is they boost up these 2 to 3 decks, and they just bring out support for these decks. They don't bother about other decks people want to play, like let me think, like Noble Knights. A lot of people want to play Noble Knights still, and they haven't been getting any more support because Konami's still focused on Shaddolls and BA and Pendulums. So they don't really care about any decks from last format or the format before. maybe dragons. Every once in a while they bring out some type of support, like Galaxy Eyes decks are starting to get a little bit more support, but I mean, look how long it took them to get that kind of support. You know, it's just, to me, it's kind of corny the way Konami limits the formats to 2 to 3 decks that dominate. I think it needs to be a 10 or 15 deck format. I know a lot of people disagree with that because it'll be in chaos and you can't side against that many decks. I understand that, but at the same time, all Konami has to really do with that little issue is make the side deck maybe not huge, but maybe a 5 to 6 card deeper. In my opinion, it might change the way the game works, but in my opinion, it'll bring a lot more people to the game, and in my opinion, it'll make the game a lot more competitive. It'll make the game a lot more fun for a lot of people. But that's just my opinion. As for the volcanic deck, it's very strong, it's very good, but for my style of play, I do not like the deck. But that's just for my style of play. For people that love volcanic decks and that wanted to play them for so long, but they don't have the right cards for it and stuff like that, you guys should really play this deck. I think you guys can do 20 times better than I can with it. I know I did not show off what the deck is truly capable of because I really don't know how to use this deck. This was only my 3rd time ever using this deck, and I hope you guys enjoyed. But anyway, this is Anthony, guys, signing out. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Peace.